X-ray Delta 1, mission control. Roger, you're 2013. Sorry you fellows are having a bit of trouble. We are reviewing telemetry information in our mission simulator and will advise. Roger, your plan to go EVA and replace...
Let's roll it.
Let's go EVA. What's up, buddy?
What is going on, my friend? How are you doing?
Hey, another day in paradise. Another day.
Has it been paradise for you?
No. No. But any day above ground is probably a good one. So.
That's right. We're not promised tomorrow.
Nope.
All right. Let's see. We got 14 folks in here already. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Stacker's Corner. Let's see who we got in here tonight. Let's see. I see Jim Thompson. Oh, Robert Dingman's here. Let's see. There's Philip B. Todd Warsaw. I know Snakebite came in. Hey, OTG, what's up? Mark Warsaw, Bellows Forge, Amy, Jack. They're flowing in, brother. They're flowing in.
Mark Morrish.
7 Stacks. Hey, how you doing?
Amy Harrell. Mark Bellows Forge. Bellows is in the house.
Mm-hmm. There's old Chuck
Big Test. Greg S. 7.
Oh.
Yeah, Chuck, you know we'll be there, buddy.
Just to let everybody know, I did finish getting everything shipped out today. The holdup was I was waiting for these. So
look familiar.
Anybody that was waiting on their package still, you will also be getting my sticker, the channel or the show sticker, and Silver and Gold Stack Attack sticker. So everything finished shipping out today. And so I should have already reached out to everybody and sent your tracking numbers, but if I have not, reach out to me and I'll give you your tracking. Hey, what's up, Nanook? How you doing, buddy?
Good crowd today.
Snake says going down to 8 degrees was chopping ice off the parking 2 inches thick. Holy smokes, dude.
Yeah, it's
cold here, but it ain't that cold.
We've got, what do we have right now? We're at 28 degrees.
I'm at 28 degrees, yeah. I don't know what it's going to get down to tonight, but probably somewhere around 20.
I was saying, yeah, roughly mid to low 20s.
You ready for the snow we're supposed to be getting at the end of the week? Well, this weekend?
No, that makes my job is miserable when we get snow.
Oh, it makes mine more fun. It gives me a reason to take the Jeep out of the garage. Michael Stacking, how you doing, buddy? There's Big Test Unit. Oh, he says, gonna put the Pirate Mickey on my dog's headstone. Well, that's cool. He passed the day after I won it. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. I do believe I sent you your tracking number, and I hope it gets there safely. But if you can, let me know that it made it there okay. Sorry to hear about that, dude. Really am.
Of course, condolences. Been there too many times.
Wow.
Well, we got everybody here. Let's give a big thank you to everybody for the past 2 streams. We did a little 6-month celebration. It was a fantastic participation.
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah.
So many people. Great crowds. We had great conversation, good giveaways. It was you guys are a bomb, man. It was awesome. We had a blast doing it.
Yeah, it was freaking amazing. 14 giveaways and everybody had a great time. What do we have? An average of 60 and up. And I think we had highs like 80 or something like that in the stream at one point. And these are really good streams. All of y'all are the reason we do this, and we really appreciate it. We really do.
Yeah, part 2, I think, drew in 80 something at one point as a high.
Yeah,
which is fantastic, really. So
Big Test. Thank you so much for the gifting of a membership, buddy. I really do appreciate it. Larry Downey's popped in.
I saw Larry.
You know what, guys? What do we got? 10 days, man. 10 days. And we will all be face to face again.
Yep.
Coin show, man. Ready for the next one.
I already got money set aside.
Yeah, I've got between 2 and 3 set aside so far, and I've got a little bit more I'll be taking, but yep. Cross fingers, finish the kooks. I doubt it, but we're gonna hope. Need three.
Check.
He
Just
says,
check.
about time you did something beside looking at the person holding the stop slow sign. Oh, he's talking to Chuck Stacks.
Check Stacker. How you doing? Good to see you.
Hey, Chuck Stacker, what's up, man? Michael Stacking. FYI, new lunch spot for the next Saturday. Oh, looks like we're having burgers and tacos, dude. I'm down for that.
You got something in mind, Chuck?
Yes, sir. Is it a spot that you just discovered, or have you known about it for a while? Mr. Stack Attack, are you going to be looking for anything at the show, or are you just going to go and see what you find?
You know how I roll. Whatever hits my eye. Never know what it could be. That's the beauty of the coin show. There's so much crap in there. You don't even know where to start. You don't know where to end, and you don't know how to find stuff in between. So it's so much. It's like sensory overload in a coin show. But this isn't one of the big ones. This is one of the.
This is one of the mid-sized ones.
I can usually remember
mid to small, yeah,
what I saw where and all that good stuff. So, oh, that's right, Rodino's.
Rodino's gave us the sheets.
The sheets.
Unitory. What was Rodino's? What was that?
That was that place we went to last time over on Edwards Mill, over in Raleigh.
Oh yeah, because everybody was farting after it was over. Oh yeah, that was rough. All right, so everybody's following Chuck Stacks after the show on the 18th.
I thought he meant we were going to Sheetz, as in the Sheetz gas station.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was talking about at first. It says tacos are the best because the earth is taco shaped. Oh, okay. Well, I do love a good taco, so I don't care what it's shaped.
What happens when you get to the end of a taco?
Do you fall off the end?
Apparently, according to OTG.
That's what happens if you put too much sauce on it. It runs off the end.
Yeah, but I like the sauce.
It was so nice. It was so nice. I ate my meal twice because someone let me order the grande sub. Well,
that's right. Yeah. God, he got that huge. He got that big dang sub, man. That thing was monstrous.
I don't even remember what I got, but I was. I know everybody was talking about the subs because several folks got the big subs. But Kraken brought that lemon pie.
It was good.
Dude, that thing was intense, man.
It was good. 6
days and my quarterly tax bill. Sorry to hear about that. Nobody likes the tax bill. But it is tax season. Is everybody ready for the tax? And if you are getting a return, what do you got your eye on to use the return for? Is anybody going to get a piece they've been waiting a year for? Check Stacker says, so if you go to the coin show and have no idea what to look for, is that a sign of numismatic burnout?
No. And here's why. No. Here's why. Because when I go to the coin shops, I pretty much know what I'm looking for. When we go to these coin shows, you're going to be presented with a bunch of stuff that you don't normally see at the coin shops. And that makes, so, you have more exposure to more product. And something's going to appeal to you inevitably. So that's how I look at it. So I don't go in with a purpose. I may look at Morgan's. I always look at Morgan's, see if I can get a Carson City at a decent price, but you won't get one at a coin show. Speaking
of Morgan's, I've got to make a note. I've got 2 Morgan's in my safe that are yours that I need to bring. So that's cool. Jungle Marine, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, bud?
But I'm the same way. When I go to the coin shows, always the first thing I'm looking for is my kooks, working on that set. But other than that, I'm not looking for anything in specific. There's just so much there that you just take it in one table at a time, and you just never know what you're going to find. There is so much. Even the small shows, you get your eyes caught up in a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, I had some pain today, my friend. Coin shop. What happened? Coin shop cost me some money.
What you get?
1886 S Morgan, only 750,000 minted. That one costs a good amount.
Yeah, that one hurt. Jack Stacks, what's up, buddy?
And then I bought an 1888 S, which was limited to 657,000 mintage. That one hurt even more.
Ouch, dude.
Yep. And then I picked up a couple of more common ones that I need. I'm down to all really the tough stuff.
The pricier ones. Yeah.
I'm kind of regretting going down this rabbit hole, but I'll finish it eventually. I will finish eventually.
One day you'll get them all.
One day.
Just keep at it.
One day.
I didn't get too terribly much this week. I bought $4 face, $2 a quarter, $2 a dimes at 21 times face.
Well, I also
So-
bought. He had some vintage Sunshine Mining, not Sunshine Minting bars, but Sunshine Mining. I bought a bunch of those, and I bought what else did he have? He had some more modern. What were they? I can't remember what the Scottsdale bars, just generic.
Okay.
The older one. It's the one that says "In God We Trust." So just your typical generic bar.
I picked up one. Maybe y'all can help me identify it. Even the dealer didn't know where this come from. See if anybody here can recognize this little guy.
That's
Is it visible?
Yeah, you can see it. Speed graphics.
Yeah.
That's actually coming in really well, considering this program sucks. That's coming in good.
Is anybody able to identify that? And it's a blank back.
Mm-hmm. Promo. It was a promo. Somebody minted it for speed graphics. L, how you doing?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. He didn't have any bars out, and I told him, I said, I need one bar to finish my my guardhouse box. And he said, one, huh? And went in the back, started digging around. And he came out with this and said, here,
Emerald.
32. I said, take it.
Emerald's asking how much I got the mining bars for. The Sunshine Mining, I got them for, spot was what, 30 today, 29? I think he gave them to me for 33. So probably like $3 over spot, $2 to $3 over spot. It wasn't much. He just looks at all that stuff as generic. He doesn't look at it as vintage or anything like that.
Here we go. Thule wants a closer look, by the way. Hey, Thule. Emerald Coast Stackers come in. Silver and Cigars has come in. Ellie's big here. All kinds of folks coming in. But
Silver and Cigars.
She wanted me to make this bigger. So here you go. There we are.
Yeah, I'm going with promo. The company had a promo bar done.
And then, of course, like I said, on the back, it's just blank.
You did test that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we put it on the Sigma.
Not that you don't trust him, but I've got a story I'm going to tell here in a few minutes. You got to be careful. This happened today.
You are welcome, Thule. All right, what's your story, bud?
Hey, well, I'm in the coin shop today, and this guy is selling to our dealer. And he's got a bunch. I mean, he just brought in a bunch of 90%, a bunch. So, lose all stocked up again. So he's talking about, what happens if do you ever get fakes in? Do you ever buy fakes and by accident? And he goes, and then Lou started explaining to him, it's against the law. You can actually get prosecuted for passing off fake, counterfeit silver or coinage. So as he leaves, I look on the corner and he left an 1880 Morgan S on the corner of the top of the cabinet. So I look at it. I'm looking at it. I'm picking it up. I open it up out of the capsule and I'm flipping around in my hand and I'm like,
it doesn't feel right.
Something wrong with this one. And the shine wasn't right. It just looked like it was artificially toned, as far as like to give it that old look, that aged look.
Yep.
The weight was way off. I could tell. And I said, hey, Lou, throw this on the scale. It was literally 2 grams short. Not 2 grams. It was probably about, what are those? They're 0.77 roughly ounces.
Yep.
It was well short. And then, of course, the tone was no good. We put it on the Sigma just to be sure, and nothing. It was all the way to the far right. So this guy was carrying around, and that made Lou nervous, of course, because now he's got to look through all that stuff.
Yeah.
He paid the guy $4,000 today.
Ooh.
SGT, what's up?
Was that the only thing in there that had a problem? What's up, SGT? How you doing?
As far as we know, but it's funny how he left it there once Lou was telling him, it's a felony that to pass off counterfeits. I don't know if you can actually prove that. I don't know how many innocent people have bought large collections or, from their LCS, they bought a fake and then they go to trade it in years later and it's a fake. I mean, can you really be held accountable for that if you didn't know? I mean, personally, I test all my stuff. I test everything I buy. Everything gets tested before it gets stored. So
I see stuff like that. Folks come in because, when I go to Mr. Warren's, I'm there open to close on Saturdays. And so I see that actually on a regular basis. Folks don't know they got stuff they inherited, stuff like that,
Mhm.
and you wouldn't. I mean, it's just unbelievable how much of the stuff is fake. And
Yeah.
you got to go through every one
Well,
because the
you had
folks
a
behind the
classic.
counter.
Well, you had
I'm
a
sorry.
classic case there. You had a classic case with those maples, those gold maples.
Yeah,
Talk about disappointment.
that was at Newcastle Coins. They
Mhm.
had, I think he said it was 36 1 ounce gold maples that they had to sell for a state where family member died or something, but they were all fake, every one of them.
And here he is thinking he's sitting on a fortune in gold,
Yeah.
and nothing.
I've actually got two of them and sitting over there, but it's a shame. I mean, folks that just don't know the difference, at the same time, they're going to feel like, oh God, am I going to get in trouble when they find out they were fake and it wasn't their
Well,
fault in the first place? They just didn't know.
You got to figure it's a gut punch from hell too, because you're thinking, all right, today's the day. I'm going to trade in all that. I'm going to trade in all this gold. You've already made plans for that money, as most people would. You think, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. We're going on vacation. I'm going to pay off my car. I'm going to pay off credit cards. And then you're told to go home. It's worth nothing.
Yep.
That's a gut shot right there.
Yep. Pure devastation. Pure devastation.
Just got to be careful. We got to check everything.
Ellie says, let's get my silver journey to 5K. You know, I was actually thinking over the last couple of weeks, I had a giveaway item I wanted to do. I was talking about doing at 10K if I ever get there, but I think I'm going to do it at 5. And that's that proof gold eagle that I've got.
Mhm.
And so if I ever do get to 5K, we're gonna give away that gold eagle. That's gonna be pretty cool. But let's see.
Watch on that stream. All of a sudden, you're going to get about 500 people you've never even heard of.
Oh yeah, that's the way it goes, dude. That's the way it goes. But see, something like that, there's gonna be it's not gonna be just an open giveaway in a stream. It'll definitely be a long time subscriber because they're gonna know how to figure it out. But it's gonna be a puzzle.
You have to work out a way
puzzle.
to make that. You got to work it out to where it's kind of a closed event of sorts.
Yep.
It's hard to do. It is what it is.
Well, I'll have a puzzle behind it. I did it before for I think 2,500 something, where there was a hidden video that you had to find the link to get to it to get into the entry, and that went well. So I'm probably gonna do the same thing for that. I mean, I'll still do an open giveaway at 5K, but the gold coin is going to be a hidden giveaway, and so y'all keep that in mind when we get there.
I'm going back in the chat here. OTG, what's going on with Savage? I haven't heard. And we had a couple of people pop in. West is here.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
Snakebite's been here. Well, no, I'm saying he put a post about that silver bar. He said uniquely designed speed graphics silver bar minted in the 80s. Weighted troy ounce. Yeah, so I was wondering if it was 70s or 80s. So 80s is cool.
It's definitely vintage, no question.
Larry says, "Oh, go ahead."
Stackerman has checked in. Red-haired redneck is here. 3D Woodworks checking in.
Hey, 3D. When I see Tony on Saturday, if he hasn't got the ring already, I'll let him know it's on the way.
Space Cowboy Larry checking in.
I have always been gray in here, trying to make sure I'm subbed to everyone. Why can't I read this? And I can't click on their channel. In order to open up and find somebody that's in the chat and go straight to their stuff, you have to be a moderator. All right, let's catch up in chat. What do you think?
So yeah, SGT saying Savage had possible health issues. I knew he was not feeling the best over the past year.
He posted a video, I think yesterday or day before. I haven't watched it yet, so I'll watch that after this.
Yeah, I knew he was
listening to his on my way to work.
Yeah, I knew he was having a hard time. If it's congestive heart failure, that's no joke.
Oh man, that's freaking horrible. I'll definitely watch
obviously,
that after we get finished.
We'll definitely keep him in our prayers for sure. That's not good. That's never good.
I sent some ASEs where Lady Liberty was wearing the fishnets and high heels.
It's a rare variation.
Oh, well, we're almost a half an hour in. You want to go ahead over the weekly metal prices and everything?
Yep. Let's go ahead and let's knock that out. We're going to do our chart check for this week. We did touch over $30. We finally got back to $30 in silver, and then we dropped below it again. So right now we're sitting at $29.99, 1 cent under for silver. Gold is sitting at $26.60. Platinum $9.52. Platinum is stagnant. It's not even going. It's not going down. It's not going up. It's just staying the same.
It's flat.
And
Yep.
Palladium's done. 9.14. Crypto Bitcoin has dropped down to 94.9. What a shame. How horrible.
Yeah, because it went up to 107 this week.
It was. It went way up. Can you imagine just the drop of that, losing 13,000 overnight in value? That's insane. Ethereum 33.24, 3,324. Binance 696. XRP, if you're into the altcoins, $2.37. And the meme coin of the year, Doge, 34 cents a coin.
Yep.
Which I have never bought a single Doge coin in my life. I
made a little bit on Doge a couple years ago. Not much.
I went with some. I still hold some altcoins like Algorand, and they're doing well.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's sitting at 40 cents or something. And I remember Algorand went up to $33 a coin back about 2 years ago. And I was thinking back then that was the time to get rid of it because I hold well over 1,500 Algorand.
Wow.
So yeah, that would have been the time to go. But now we're going to wait and see. Now it's a hold. There's no point in doing anything with it. It's just a hold. And Bitcoin, I would love to have at least one Bitcoin, but I have fractional.
Wouldn't we all?
I just have pieces of Bitcoin.
Hey, Thule, thanks for putting Savage's link in there. I was getting ready to do that myself. I appreciate it.
Yep. Snakebite, yeah, it does sound like a blue light special. That's a Kmart thing. That's a Kmart reference. If anybody remembers Kmart.
Yes.
I got in big trouble. I don't know if you guys remember. This goes back to the 80s. The Kmart, when they had their blue light special, they used to have a cart with a pole and a blue light, flashing blue light
on top of it. Yep.
Man, you put that in front of a damn 8-year-old. I grabbed that thing and I was screaming up and down the aisles with it, pretending to be a police officer and doing the siren and everything. And I got these guys hot on my tail trying to catch me and all that. Man, I got booted out as an 8-year-old from Kmart. My mom was like totally embarrassed.
I bet your mom would tanned your hide when it was over with.
Oof, yeah. Yeah.
Still feels it.
And the guy, I remember the manager was like, "You can't bring him back here." And I'm like, "Who the hell wants to come here anyway? Your place is a trash pit." My mom was like dragging me out by the ear.
It was the generic Walmart of its day.
I mean, Kmart used to be a big deal back in the day. Sears, Kmart, those were all top-notch retail.
It was back in the 80s, yeah.
80s. That's 90s came along and both of them just went downhill. 80s, Kmart started going downhill well into the 80s. So
absolutely.
Just garbage.
They finally closed the last one here last year. It was one of the big Kmarts. Jungle Marine with a $10 super chat. Dude, much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Semper Fi.
25 likes, 41 in chat. We got 41. Wow, we got 43 in here. That's awesome.
Pretty good. Who have we missed in here? We missed anybody?
I'm going back and looking now. Dub C.
OTG still buying platinum. Good for you, man. Good prices. As Dub C saying, good prices if you want to get into Palladium scares me though, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I don't know.
I have never done anything with it. I don't plan on it either. It's just not something I pay any attention to.
Yeah, Palladium kind of scares me.
Red-haired redneck said, I'm thinking about saving up for a 1-ounce gold Scottsdale Cowboy. Those are nice. I bought several of the 1/10th version. What's y'all's take on it? I like the design of the Scottsdale Cowboy. It's very well done. A lot of detail. I don't know what the pricing is on it. If it's anything like the silver, it got so popular that it's pushed the price up. But if you get it at a good deal, yeah, I would absolutely grab one. It's a beautiful.
Well, I think a lot of the bigger channels were pushing that the silver round for a while there.
Yeah, it was voted, I think, silver round of the year.
I would have never put that over the Scottsdale Justice coin. I can promise you that Scottsdale the Lady Justice, dude, that's a beautiful Beautiful coin. Way better than the cowboy, in my opinion, but that's just my opinion.
Scottsdale has great product. Scottsdale does have a lot of great stuff. I mean, one of my favorite pieces in the world is right here, the Scottsdale Vortex.
Mhm.
I mean, everybody loves this. It's a gorgeous piece, but a lot of Scottsdale stuff has a milk spotting problem.
All the Scottsdale stuff has a milk problem. All of anything I have from Scottsdale has milked, for sure. Yeah. It's unfortunate. And it's worse with the proof finishes. It really shows up. If it goes on the Vortex, you can barely see it. But when you get those,
I haven't looked that one over yet.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to buy a 1 ounce platinum below 1,000. Well, it's your time, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you want under 1,000, then now's your time. Let's see, Scottsdale great products. Not sure how I feel about non-sovereign gold. For me, I don't care. In the end, if it ever comes to a crazy point, nobody's going to care where it's from. Gold's going to be gold, and silver's going to be silver. But if nothing like that ever happens, and then the day comes around and I'm ready to retire and I'm going to sell it all, then I mean it'll be worth more than I got in it now anyway. So
I'm not concerned. I honestly don't have any generic gold. It's all either sovereign, mint, or no, I don't. I have a Barbados Trident. I guess that's about as generic as it gets, but that's actual currency in Barbados. So I don't know. I don't know if you can call that generic or not, but it does have a value. It's got a denomination on it.
And I bought some gold this week.
I know.
I would show everybody my little tiny gold.
This is crazy.
All right, this thing's adorable. A Hershey's Kiss.
Looks like a Hershey Squirt.
Oh, look at that. That's cool. It's 7.5 grams of 14 karat gold. Little tiny Hershey's Kiss. Isn't that neat? Yeah, I bought some gold this week, brother.
There you go.
I couldn't pass it up for the price. I got it basically at scrap. I got it $15 back at scrap.
There you go. There is a new, for you guys that are Royal Mint fans, there is a new, believe it or not, I was going to bring this up today. There's a new collaboration between the Royal Mint and, get this, Germanium Mint, if you can believe it.
Really?
They did a collaboration. Let me present and I'll show you if I remember how to do it.
Yeah, have at it, brother.
Share screen.
Present and share screen. I thought it was truck nuts for MSJ stack. Unicorn turd. There you go.
Can you guys see this?
There you go. I brought it up for you. You know what? Dude, I saw one of those the other day. Somebody sent me a picture of it. It was Akka. I think it was Akka sent me a picture of this.
Yep. It's pretty nice. These are limited too. These are limited to 6,000 for the 10-ounce bars.
Are they only going to do 10 ounce?
No, they've got the ones. They're doing ones.
I like it, dude. I got to have one of those.
Well, they're not cheap. I think they're on eBay now for like $340 something. And of course, the back is just your standard Royal Mint. Nothing special about it. You see this background they've put in?
Yeah, it's Nordic.
Well, no, the background is with the check pattern. This background, the matted pattern.
Oh no, I was looking at the little beast head at the bottom.
Just the background itself. This background.
Mm-hmm.
That's because they spot. Because the Royal Mint, everything they do spots, and
that'll help hide it.
It'll help hide it, exactly. Here's the one catch on the 10 ounce that I'm not sure I like. There it is, guys. It actually comes on a card.
It's an assay.
Yeah, I don't know I mean, it looks cool, but I don't know if
you can take it out of the assay card if you want.
You could. I mean, it looks pretty cool on the card, but
something like that I would leave in the assay.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem. And then it doesn't match it. I'm so friggin' OCD. That would bug the hell out of me. So,
well, see, that's one that you would put on the shelf and use it as a showpiece.
Yeah. Can you believe that? Germanium Mint and the Royal Mint. Unbelievable.
Wow. Big test unit. $5 super chat. Dude, fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you, Big
That's
Test.
awesome. Heck yeah. Freaking amazing folks around here.
West has got to go. Thank you for stopping in, bud. Good seeing you.
Man.
All the
Well,
best to you
hopefully
guys.
we'll see you next week. You take care. Thanks for pumping it.
See you later. Philip had how much of the 1 ounce? L was asking. They were 40 and change, I think, for $40 on eBay.
What was that?
For that, the Odin 1 ounce bars. I've seen them anywhere from 35 to 40.
You know what? If they do anything like they did price-wise, if the community takes to them like the Una and the Lion, get them at 40 because they're going to go way up. How much is an Una and the Lion now? $80 for a 1 ounce?
The 10 ounce is up to well over 500, 600.
Yeah. It's tough to put back in the assay after you pull it out. Yes.
No, it's a one-time deal.
It's like an egg. When you open it up, there's no closing it.
No, it's definitely going to be a one-time deal if you open up that thing.
Mr. and Mrs. West Texas, you have a great night. Thanks for coming and hanging out.
Yep. Good night, bud.
Yep.
So
Simplify. God bless. God bless to you.
Well, Todd, thank you.
Todd, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Wow, y'all are generous tonight. Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Put it towards the shipping on the next giveaway.
Yeah, this last one that was a lot of shipping, dude. But we're not going to worry about that tonight. What did Chuck say? Back in the assay. Yep, that's what he said. Let's see. I once lost my stack in a gambling accident. I fell into some quicksand and I just saved myself. The heck with the metals.
Mine's all at the bottom of Jordan Lake. Never did find it.
It's the current, man. The current.
I hate when that happens.
I learn a lot from you two guys. I'm still learning.
Robert, join the club. We are all still learning. Doesn't matter how long
learn something new every single week.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the great things about going. I am lucky enough, and Stack Attack too. We're lucky that we have multiple shops that we can go to, and so you get to speak to multiple people. And it's just a new experience every week. Even if you go to the same one every week, it's something new every time. And so it's always fun going in, and even if you don't buy anything, just learning and meeting new people, it's wonderful.
So Lou got in today. He purchased a 2-volume Morgan set. This guy had pretty much everything. He had all the ones that you would, you need, like those.
All the ones you cry for.
93, 94s, 95s, all those low mintage ones, and they were all in there. And he had some that were just so damn shiny. I mean, this guy had a great collection. But Lou was cool enough. This is where you build up. This is where value builds up with your relationships. We went through each one that I needed, and he graded them on the spot best he could and gave me prices on stuff. I had no intention of buying those 2 that I bought because they were so rare, but he gave me such a good price on them. I was like, you know what? If I don't get them now, there's just going to be more money down the road.
Yep, you'll regret it. Yep.
I'm going to finish that damn album. It may take me a few years, but
that means you picked up 4 for your albums this week then.
I am literally more than 8/10 through it all. It's down to the really rare ones.
Wow.
So I need
almost
some
there, brother.
Cities. Yeah, I need some Carson Cities. I've been putting those off. So
Chuck Stack says, you guys heard of Astrament? Are they any good? I've never heard of them. Have you heard of them?
Who?
Astur, ASTUR, Astrament.
No, I haven't heard that name.
No, it's a new one on me. Larry lost all his in the flood. There you go. OTG never stop learning. That's it. That's it.
The key. That's the key.
There's always something to learn, especially in numismatics. So, even if you start to get bored with, and yes, you can easily get bored stacking. That's why I don't stack pure generic for weight, because I'd get bored with it. But there's always something to learn, always something new to see, and it's just an ongoing adventure.
For sure.
General Marine says these guys are a great team. We try.
Too kind. Way too kind.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love this guy, man. He's awesome. My problem is, at my age, I'm forgetting faster than I'm learning. See, you got to write it down.
Jim, I write down stuff now, and I got a little ways to go before I get completely old.
Yeah, I keep a notepad in the car and
I
whatnot.
have to. I don't have a choice.
Writing down little stuff.
Or I'll make a note on my phone. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Chuck says Lou from Raleigh Gold is awesome. Yes, he is.
Lou is by far the best in the area. He doesn't have the only thing against Lou. He doesn't have the stock that the other shops have. He's very small. He keeps very specific things in his shop. But you go to sell, you go to buy Raleigh Gold coin, best prices in town. Without
now, Lou is your main dealer.
That's my main guy. I've been going to him since I started. And hell, we went to lunch last week. I took him out to lunch.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah, that's how you build up relationships. Now, I don't do that with all the coin shops. I mean, I'm friendly with them, but Lou is, except for the one, and we all know who that is. I haven't been there since.
I'm laughing at what OTG said.
Oh, well, you know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about too. OTG said we were all just talking about memories and stuff, and OTG said he forgot what Jim just said.
I saw that. I forgot that he forgot that what he said.
Amy picked up 4 1-ounce Engelhard bars. Any week I can pick up another Engelhard bar is a good week. I don't know what it is. They're plain. There's nothing amazing about them. I just like buying them. I've got 5 or 6, and anytime I see them, I'm grabbing them.
Best Engelhard story I have is Lou got a bunch of them still on the original sleeves, and he got like 20 of them in 1-ounce Engelhards, all in the sleeves, all vintage, all mint. And he doesn't care about that stuff. He's like, I said, well, what are you getting? Because there's a premium. Typically, most dealers have a premium on them, at least 5 over. And Lou was like, just give me a buck over spot. And I was like, I'll take them all. And I bought every last one of them that he had. I couldn't pass that up.
No, absolutely not. I just got a link. Chuck Stack sent it to me. Let's see, share screen. This is that Astromint he was talking about.
Huh.
Look at those pieces, dude. Wow, that is not. It's flipping by itself a little quick. Well, let's go to this one.
Wow.
Won't let us. Oh, wow, look at that.
That's pretty freaking impressive.
Goodness. You know what? These, not a fan of I've seen these. I have seen these before.
I'm not a fan of colorized bullion. It's not my thing. Now, if it's gilded with color, that's different.
Yeah.
That's some catchy stuff right there. Not bad.
Let's see. Yeah, the relief on it looks insane.
Mm-hmm. Kind of looks like something Germania would put out.
Yeah. With that antique finish and everything on it too. Yeah, that's nice. Fantastic. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, it comes right off the coin. That's a really high relief.
Nice.
Yeah, those are nice, dude.
Yep. Good link, Chuck. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll check that out some more after the show. That's cool.
Go ahead and post that link, bud. Put it in the chat in case anybody's interested in checking it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or did he already do it? Did Chuck already do it?
He texted it to me.
Yeah, let's go ahead and put that in the chat.
Here we go. There's the link to them. Thank you, Chuck. I appreciate it. Those are some beautiful pieces.
Nice job, Chuck. Good find.
Let's see what's up in the chat.
So L is asking what the difference is between gilded with color and colorized silver. Gilded typically means it's been gilded with gold, typically. Colorized is anything other, like enamel paint or whatnot.
Well, yeah, because you have colorized, you have different versions as well. Mm-hmm. You have painted that's actually, they actually hand painted on there with an enamel. And then they have some now. It's like a sheet that goes over top of it.
It's almost like I don't know what to call it, but it's like a silk screen over the coin. So it's like a something that they just lay over the coin.
And if you put it in like what's that stuff called?
Acetone.
Acetone. Yeah, the whole thing will peel off in one sheet.
Yep. Not my thing, guys. If you're into it, that's great. But I have very little colorized stuff in my.
I have very little colorized, and most of it was gifted to me. I have bought a couple pieces, like my crucifix coin.
Mm-hmm.
This one here, Like this is one of the major exceptions for me. This is beautifully done. And you do have some that are really nice, but for the most part, I'm not a big fan of colorized pieces.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it really. I know they put a collectability premium on it, but to me, it just becomes a cull coin. So,
Let's see.
but they don't charge cull
Marine.
prices for them. That's for sure.
That's absolutely right. At 88-1 this week, I traded some gold in, brought home 50 ounces, JM, and some rounds. So you swapped gold to silver, which is, when gold's really, really high, then that's the time to do that. Or when the ratio is really, really high. Well, there you go. Ain't nothing wrong with expanding your stack.
Yeah.
I think
he'll get that back.
What's your ratio to switch silver to gold?
I am holding. It's going to be a pipe dream, but I'm holding out for low 70s, high 60s, low 70s.
I would have to. I don't even know if I would do it then. I would go mid to low 60s.
No, I wouldn't liquidate.
I don't know if we'll ever get it there.
I wouldn't liquidate everything. I would probably take maybe a fourth at that point.
I wouldn't do no more than half my stack if it got down to around 60. But yeah, I don't know if I would do it at 70. I did it at 70 last year. And I did it with 35 ounces, something like that. But
yeah. Dub C, good night. Thanks for being here, bud.
Thanks for being here, man. We'll see you next week. Remember, next week we are on Stack Attack's channel, so we'll see you over there. Gilded with real gold.
Parties at my house.
Yep, that's right. Yes, gilding, it is done with real gold, but it's basically just painted up there. It's almost like a plating, so there's not enough gold to have a gold value to it.
And yet they'll add major premiums to stuff that's gilded with gold. And really, there's not enough gold on there to sneeze at.
Yeah, a lot of the gilded stuff, you'll end up paying an extra 15 to 25%.
It's not worth it. I mean, you could take some of those gold flakes, and that's about the amount that you've got on there. It's not it has no value.
When they gild it so they can have a collector's version.
And that's what they do.
It's limited. And it turns it into the collector's market. That's all it's for.
And then the premium is jacked up because of it. Once it hits that niche of collectability, the premiums go up.
3D Woodwork says these aren't ARER. I see them more than the coins. Maybe he meant to say ASE. American Silver Eagles are very popular for the colorized pieces. Most of them that I see most of the full colorized ones are painted over American Silver Eagles.
I think I see more maples on my end. I see more maples than eagles.
Over here, it's almost all eagles.
Yeah.
Well, you
not
were
my thing. Not my thing. Unless it's something that really appeals to me. I don't buy into that stuff.
Send me two of anything. I'll paint one and send you one back. There you go. Yep, and I'll make sure I use a good Sharpie. Yeah. Collectibles can be found cheap at coin shows. And you know what? If it's somebody that's into the colorized ones, believe it or not, go to your coin shops and look in the generic bins. You'll find colorized stuff all the time.
Find plenty. All right, let's hit another topic. Analysts are asking whether silver price is going to rally in 2025. I think I called for 36 top this year. I think you were about the same.
I was thinking it might get as high as 37 or so, but I don't think it's going to do the 40 that some folks are saying.
I don't know if we'll hit 40, but here's what the analysts are saying. These are from Money Metals. The massive sell-off of 2024 is really what made it go stagnant. So it's recovering from that. They would like to see it hit the 32 to 33 range. That's their quote unquote resistance zone. If it can break that and sustain, they think they're looking at anywhere from $35 to $40 and potentially higher. Again, take that with a grain of salt because silver's been stagnant since October when it comes down to it. I don't put a whole lot of thought behind what analysts say because they're never right. It's kind of like the weather, they're never right. So, weathermen call for, we'll get a flurry, end up with 2 feet, or vice versa. We get 2 feet and you get maybe a little bit of rain.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
analysts, precious metal analysts, you can lump them in the same group. So take that information for what it's worth. But they're thinking 35, 40, potentially higher if they sustain that resistance. So take it for what you will. I don't put a whole lot. I'm calling for 36 tops. That's my guess. But then again, what do I know? I don't know crap. So it's just my guess, my personal opinion. So I don't know if we'll go down much. I think we'll go down. I don't know that we'll see 28. I don't think we'll see sub 28. I don't think.
I doubt it. But on the top end, I don't think it's going to run too hard this year. Next year, I think we'll see a lot more movement than we do this year. This year, everything's going to be settling into Trump coming back into office, and everybody's going to be wondering about his policies and major, geopolitical policies and stuff move the metals. So we have to see what's going to happen with him, and it's going to play with the market. So it all just depends on what he attacks at first. So I don't think we're going to see any real major moves in silver this year. But next year, I'm pretty sure we'll start to see it move next year.
That's Silver's mantra. Next year. Okay, screw it. I'm out.
Well, things are going to settle in by the end of this year, hopefully. With the prices on stuff are going to start coming down. The price of fuel is going to go down with him coming in. Price of electricity is going to go down with him. Energy stuff, which is going to make stuff move. So
Dude,
everything's got to get settled in for that.
Speaking of electricity, holy crap. I got my halfway through the period estimate for electricity. We're already at $170. We're halfway through the period.
I just got
we're looking at 340.
My electric bill we just got was $414.
Oh God.
Yeah. $414.
Jeez.
Yep.
On top of that, they killed us with the reevaluation of the houses and the cars. That went crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. The value on my car went up like $4 or $5 grand. It's like cars don't do that. Maybe only antique collectible cars.
I want to call the state and say, hey, for what you think my car is worth, if you'll buy it, you can have it.
I'll sell it to you.
Absolutely. You can have it right. You can have the keys right now.
I know the dealer ain't going to give me what they got it valued at.
Oh, my car is my daily driver. I put a lot of mileage on it.
Yeah.
Because
I'll hit 150K on mine next week.
Well, because it's a Challenger, it always holds value. But yeah, I'm at 136,000. Who's going to want a Challenger with 136,000?
Yep. My last electric bill was $421, and I live in cheap and alone.
That's unbelievable.
It's painful, dude.
That's unbelievable.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
The world wants to go green. Now it's costing us. Well, a lot of folks don't understand that going green costs a crap load of money and puts out just as much pollution as the other stuff did.
You know what's probably the worst of the green movement? The fans, the wind, what do they call them? The wind fans?
The wind turbines.
Wind turbines.
Yeah.
They say you got to run those things for like 3 to 4 years just to even see any kind of a break even on them. And by that time they're breaking down. You got to put money into them. And they're not.
Well, not far from here is Elizabeth City, North Carolina, and they have a wind farm, and they're like they're at least 300 feet tall, huge wind turbines, and there's probably 1,000 acres of them sitting right there, and they've been running them for a couple of years, but now where I live, it's all solar fields.
Yeah.
There's thousands of acres of solar fields around here. But all the stuff gets piped to where you live. We don't get no benefits from it here. I don't
think I'm benefiting. I'm not benefiting from it. Not by my last bill.
Yeah.
But hey, when they tear those things down, there's a lot of silver in those solar panels.
That's right.
A lot of silver.
Amy says when banks fail due to commercial real estate losses, like San Diego or San Francisco is 40% empty, and corporations walking away from property and banks tank. Thus, I would hope for an uptake in metals. That will absolutely shoot metals up. 100%.
Here's the problem. What does it do to the economy? If the cost of living goes crazy, and metals can go up as far as they want, but what does that mean? What does that mean has happened to the economy? Conversely.
So, well, that's just the way it works. The metals, they react positively to negative stuff.
They'll go up as the dollar gets weaker. The metals will go up for sure.
Yeah,
But if Trump's economy shows a strong dollar, USD,
it'll push the metals down.
It's going to push them down. So,
yeah. And I try to keep it in my head that it's not the value of the metals going up. The value of the metals pretty much never change. It's the value of the currency.
mm-hmm.
So the money, the dollar is worth less or worth more. And if everybody would keep that in mind, they wouldn't complain so much about pricing on certain things, especially our metals. And you got the folks that want to see $200, $300, $400 silver. The economy's dead.
No, you don't.
If we get to $400 silver,
we're screwed.
The economy is dead. We are a third world nation, dude.
No, Amy's got it though. I mean, the economy has been
100%,
awful the past 3 years, just terrible. Yeah. A lot of people struggling out there. I mean, groceries aren't going down. They're not going anywhere. And all of my clients, and this is the argument I have with all my clients, they want to do like these 3% increases for my employees. And I'm like, dude, we don't live in a 3% society anymore. You've got to understand that. Yep. And then they give you the well, if you guys won't do it for 3%, then I'll find somebody who will. I said, well, just remember you get what you pay for. Just exactly. You have been forewarned. And I can't tell you how many clients have gone cheap on us, got a new provider, and then called us back about 6 months later saying these guys are terrible. So will you take us back? And I'm like, no, we're good. We are good.
L says, thoughts on the Star Privy Eagle? I did buy one.
I don't buy into them.
I bought one just to have one, and I'm going to buy one for my granddaughter. But that's it. I'm not buying any more of them.
Are they going to carry more of a premium when people sell them down the road? Sure. They'll be worth a little bit more.
Just a little bit.
I'm not impressed. I mean, I don't know. Eagles by far have not impressed me. I think they're a good looking coin. I don't know that I'm not a fan of the reverse. I haven't liked the reverse since they changed it up. I'm sure I'm not alone on that. OTG says
you don't like the new one.
No, I'm not a fan. It's just, I don't know. It looks incomplete. It doesn't look, because the wing is cut off, and
everybody complains about the wing being clipped. Yeah.
So, and of course you have the conspiracy theorists who are saying, oh yeah, that's your freedom. That's the equivalent of your freedom. Your freedom is being clipped. That's what they meant when they designed it. I'm like, dude, you put way.
You did hear the official reason for that being cut off right there, didn't you?
I think I heard it one time. I don't remember it.
They said it's not clipped. It's the wing tucked right there.
Sure it is.
No, that's
sure it is.
No, it's not. When it comes to it, I haven't been stacking long enough to have the new design bother me compared to the old one. Because when I came into stacking, the new one was already out. So I was looking at it from the get-go. So I like both of them. I mean, it doesn't bother me.
If I buy a tube of Eagles, I'll typically look for back dates before the change. So if I can find them. So that's my preference anyway.
Commercial property loans crash inbound this year, similar to 2008. We shall see.
You remember what happened to the economy when that happened in 2008? That was bad. That was really bad. But are the same conditions in existence? I remember a big part of that crash was the subprime loans.
Yep.
And I think a majority of those, some companies still do them, of course, that's business. But I think a lot of companies stopped with the whole subprime thing, or they really reduced how many subprime loans they were conducting. So I don't know. That's not my thing, but it's hard to tell. My concern is this. To be honest, I think where we're going to hurt is the farm, and I see it just around in North Carolina. The farmland, once the kids are inheriting the farmlands from the parents, you know what's happening? They sell it off. Yep. So little by little, farmland is, and I'm sure it's in every state that has farmland. The kids don't have any interest in farm. It's hard work. It's a labor-intensive job. They have no interest. They want to push buttons and get on their phones. They don't have any interest in farming. So the more farmland we sell off, the more we're going to be reliant on, God forbid, China and other countries sending us our food. And if you're comfortable with China sending you food, I'm not.
Well, I mean, you're absolutely right. You've been to my house. You know all the houses around mine. 10 years ago or so, none of these houses were here. This was all farmland. Well, it's probably about
Yep.
15 years ago. There was my house, and then up at the end of the road, there was 2 houses set on the end of the road. That was it. And when the older folks died and their 2 sons inherited it, they sold it all off. And now
They
there's houses everywhere.
just want the money.
But yeah,
That's it.
that's exactly what happens.
And you know what? In a way, look, let's look at it realistically. You inherited 50 acres of farmland. You get offered a sweet check by some developers. You have
Yep.
no interest in farming. What are you going to do?
Exactly.
You know, it's too. I get it, but I hate to see it. But because you think about it, those kids are set for life with that sale. Their kids are set for life. From the sale.
100%.
So, I mean, it's easy for me to sit on my high horse and say, don't sell the land. You know, we need a farm. But come on, they're offering $1 million or millions of dollars for this land. You could set up your family and your kids for life.
Yeah, absolutely.
I get it. I understand the draw. I just hate to see it. I really do.
Chuck says he just wants the peanuts, but that are over by me.
There's a lot
They
of
do
peanut
farm a lot
places
of.
up there.
There's a lot of peanuts that are farmed here, but
Dude,
Hampton Farms is here.
When I
Hampton
drive
Farms is one of the biggest peanut producers in the country. I worked for them for a little while, but
when I
they're
drive to
like 10 miles from
Plymouth,
here.
which is just below you, there's tons of them. There's tons of peanut places. It's crazy.
Hey, Sean, what's up, dude?
Hey, Sean, peanut. Amy
Hey,
says
drop some
Bill Gates
peanut in the
is the
chat.
biggest farmland owner in 28 states. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, he is. He
Would
owns a
not doubt
lot of
that.
property.
He's got nothing else to do with his money, Amy. He's got more money than he even knows what to do with.
A lot of times, too, it's either sell or lose it. That's absolutely correct, because a lot of times they can't afford to pay the taxes on it. And so they don't want to lose it to foreclosure or anything, so they'll sell it off.
And again, you're waving millions of dollars in a check in front of my nose. What am I supposed to do as a kid? You know, I'm not going to farm. So here you go. Take it. But that could be a lot of trouble for us down the road if we keep selling off all the farmland. It could be a big problem. Because personally, I mean, I don't want anything coming out of China. You know, I can only imagine that the quality of how they're producing food over there and what they would give us because they love us so much. You know,
It's all best friends.
oh yeah. All right.
What's up, Vegas Stacker? How you doing, buddy?
Evening,
Yeah,
Vegas.
that's our best friends, man.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're buds. We drink beer on Saturdays, don't you know?
Have some impossible meat. That's what Amy says. Soybeans, impossible meat.
I don't mind some of the soy products, but some of them are awful. Some of the burgers I've had were terrible, but I've had some bean burgers that really, if you put enough crap on them, they're all right. I mean, you know, you're eating healthier.
He says, OTG says, I'll rob a stagecoach to pay property taxes if I have to.
Well, you're gonna have to get you a DeLorean and go back in time, buddy.
Yeah, you had to go back a little bit.
Go all Michael J. Fox on that mess.
Let's see, a little farmland I own isn't buildable, luckily. Well, that works out for you, but they'll still find uses for it. Cellular companies would want it for towers, or solar
farms.
companies for solar farms, stuff like
And
that.
that's where the majority of solar farms are going in. They're going into farmland.
Yep, because it's already cleared, it's already flat.
But I think the difference in the solar farm, I think they lease the land. They don't purchase it. They lease it because those panels don't last forever. I think it's like a 10 to 15 year lease.
Actually, I think solar panels are good. I think they're supposed to be good for like 20 years. I don't know how long those leases are, but
yeah. Oh, Vegas says soy has estrogen. Oh, that explains a lot.
Hey, Tony, what's going on, dude? How you doing?
Tony, what's up, bud?
Let's see. Almost it's time that time again. Jim.
Yeah, I was looking at my watch,
in.
Jim. I was thinking it's almost gym time here.
Yeah. Thanks for
Good
popping in. As always, it's always good to see you, bud. Have a good night.
Brother.
I'm still working on my time machine. Well, Nanook, when you get it fixed, come over to my house. I want to go with you.
I want to go back to the 80s.
I would love to go back to the 80s.
Time of my life. I was a kid. I was having a blast.
That was the birth of the Karate Kid movies.
True.
Let's
see. Larry confirmed it. The towers lease it. Yep.
Southeast Stacker, they also have a peanut festival here as well. He says Dolphin. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Dolphin, Alabama, peanut capital of the country. They
Oh,
even have a
Dothan.
peanut festival. But
Dothan.
yeah, they do.
Dothan, Alabama.
Dothan.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, up in Suffolk, Virginia, every year they have a huge peanut festival, and they've been doing it for like 25 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mishy, that's going on. You'd be amazed
Hey,
if you
Mishy.
came down here. You'd be amazed if you came down to the outskirts of, you get outside the countryside. So many freaking solar panel farms, solar farms. It's ridiculous.
I'm surrounded. Within 5 minutes drive from where I live, I can find 7 or 8 solar farms.
We had to provide
Fishing for
security.
bullion. What's up, buddy?
We had to do security for one because the locals were protesting it. They said, if you
Yeah.
build that monstrosity here, we're gonna smash every panel you put in. We're gonna smash, because it was like, apparently it was historical land for one thing, and I guess the owner had just sold it. But it had historical significance. There was a graveyard. I believe it was like a slave graveyard, so it was family owned, and a lot of history attached to that land, and they were not happy. And they basically told them, we'll smash every panel you build. So I don't know how that all works.
He's going to go back to the 80s with us.
I had a good time. Life was a lot easier in the 80s. It was weird, but it was easy.
Well, it was just simpler.
We had
it was before the world went digital.
Look, we had a really confusing time in the 80s when that hip hop crap, that break dancing and all that crap came in.
That's when it started.
I was not down. I was a heavy metal, rock and roll, Levi jeans and a t-shirt guy. And when that stuff came around, I was like, oh, hell no. No. Everybody walking around with their cardboard and going to the mall and busting out dancing at the mall. I'm like, that music is terrible.
Everybody had a boom box and a cardboard box.
I was like, no. Parachute pants. No, thank you. The girls had the hair from hell. Remember that?
And Vanilla Ice, dude.
No, he was. What was he? He was 80s.
Tony says,
90s.
Yeah, he was late 90s. Tony says, Stack Attack Monument Metals has some 2010 ASEs in stock. Are you looking for those?
I have a couple of tubes of 2010s. I haven't bought ASEs. I haven't bought a tube of ASEs in a long time. I've been kind of off them, to be quite honest. And did you say Fishing for Bullion popped in?
Yep, he's here too. Sure, he popped in a couple minutes ago.
How you doing, Fishing for Bullion? Good to see you. I've got to place an order with you. I guess I'll text you or email you first.
Let me know when you do, because I want to add to it.
Yeah, I've got to get me some of those. With those Spartan helmet rounds. We're going to use those for giveaways.
This one right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it. Look at the back, though. The back is even better.
Oh, yeah. And it's got the Spartan helmet on the back, too, but you got the patriotic stuff.
That's freaking awesome. I love it. Love it.
Freaking phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm going to buy those for giveaways, I think. Let's see. OTG, last time he drove 88, the only thing that happened was he got a ticket. That'll do it.
Thank you, Tully, for putting in his link. That is Fishing for Bullion's link straight to his eBay page.
Amy says she was in the Air Force from 77 to 85. Thanks for your service.
Thank you so much for your service, Amy.
My whole family was actually Air Force, and I really broke the mold when I joined the Marines. That was unexpected.
I tried to go to the military 3 times. They wouldn't take me.
I told my dad I was joining the Marine Corps, and he just looked at me and goes, "You'll be back." Like I wasn't going to make it. Like I said, Dad, no offense, but anything's better than being here. I will suffer. I don't care. But I'm going to Marine Corps boot camp, and that's just the end of the story.
No, I tried the Army twice and the National Guard once. But every time they heard my knees crunching, they was like, "Nope, sorry."
Well, Larry goes, "Don't let him fool y'all. Stack Attack still rolls with his hat kicked to the side. Sometimes he shaves the 3 lines in the eyebrow." Larry, you're not supposed to tell anybody this stuff. Come on, dude. And then I play my freaking
MSJ and Stack Attack both wear makeup to cover up their teardrop tattoos. Nope, nothing there.
Hey, my jeans don't hang down past my butt cheeks, though. I can promise you. Oh, the 80s, good times.
Totally irresponsible in the 80s. I spent most of the 80s running the streets, just having a good old time, dude. But I mean, it was different. You could do that back then. You do that now, you'll never see your family again. Get kidnapped or shot.
Yeah, we had, for me, it was the arcades, the mall, the music, the concerts. High school, I didn't really take seriously. Basically, I was there for the sports and the girls. That was about it. I played sport. I played every sport I could play, and to me, it was a social thing. But I did enough to get through high school. I wasn't. I was solid B, C student. I wasn't above and beyond. I didn't want to put in the effort.
In the 80s, I was skateboarding and running from the cops. Everybody had a skateboard in the 80s, dude. Everybody.
Not me. I had a bike. But boy, we did some.
Marine, it is wild that folks will pay for pennies. What did I miss? What did Jungle Marine say?
He said, "Hoorah!" I recognize that, but that probably wasn't it.
He says, "Have anyone seen people are paying for rolls of pennies on eBay?" Every year at the beginning of the year, when they release the new pennies or the new Lincoln cents, they will sell for crap tons of money because people want to be the first to find the 2025 error coins. Because for the first few months of the year, those error coins sell for a lot of money. But then by the end of the year, there's been thousands of them found and the value of them dies. So, yeah, I've seen folks who will get a box of pennies and go on eBay, sell them between $300 and $500 at the first of every year.
I don't have the patience to go through every penny in those boxes.
Yep.
Vegas was building forts in the woods. Been there, had plenty.
Chuck Stack says kidnapping. What do you say?
Go ahead.
Oh, Chuck said kids were, they were harder to. He said kidnapping was way harder and is way harder nowadays. He misses the 80s.
Dude,
you're gonna go back to the 80s and kidnap people? Anytime fast enough to do something stupid. Dude, I lived the 80s always doing something stupid. We were always doing something we weren't supposed to do, but it was fun.
So Lou had some interesting stuff today. You remember the I forget what it was, but remember it was the V. Was it a V nickel that was gold? They were painting them gold or something and selling them off as gold coins back in the day. You have to look him up. He's got a bunch of those. He got a bunch of nice stuff in today, actually, while I was there. A lot of 90%. But I wasn't in the market today for other than the Morgans. I wasn't in the market for 90. I got to finish that stupid box, that guardhouse, and then I don't know. Yeah, I remember the big story back in the 80s with the missing kid was Adam, the Adam story. John something's kid, I forget his name, was kidnapped right out of a store. And because of that,
God, I don't remember.
Then because of that, they implemented the Adam rule.
It was the little blonde-headed girl, right?
No, it was a boy. It was a little boy.
Well, which one was the one with the little blonde girl that was kidnapped and went missing?
Take your pick. There's been so many.
That was. I mean, they still talk about it now. Actually, I saw it on the cover of a magazine a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
I can't remember her name now. Remember that baby that fell down the well.
Big Test says, as a black guy, I find the droopy pants so stupid. Well, it actually has a meaning for what I understand in prison.
That's where it originated.
I'm not even going to go into that, but apparently it means
I know what it means, but I'm not starting that conversation in here.
But now I'm kind of get off my lawn kind of guy. I'm with you, buddy. Dude, it's you and me both, brother. You and me both. Nanook says he wishes he had the Teddy Ruxpin. Yeah, I remember. I wish I had all my stuff from back then. It's worth a fortune. All my old stuff, all my Star Wars stuff, all my action figures, all that stuff is worth something.
My dad worked in a prison, and he confirms what that name means. Yeah. But I still have the original My Pet Monster. I don't remember the My Pet Monster. I remember the Pet Rock.
Big Test got it. Adam Walsh.
There it is.
John Walsh was the father, and he started that campaign and just had TV shows after that and everything. So apparently there's the Adam rule now that if a kid goes missing, they lock down the doors in the
Mhm.
store or whatever. So here's a thought from we're talking about the 80s. Have you guys inherited anything from your parents, your dad, your mom? Any coins, gold, silver, anything that has value that just won't be for sale ever? Have you? No, you don't
Well,
have
of
any.
course, when my father passed away, it all went to my mother.
Mhm.
But I mean, I don't know. My mother's in great health, so I don't think I'm gonna have to worry about it. I'll probably go before her.
I've got some pieces that my grandfather owned when he passed, and we had my dad cleaned out the house. He pulled a few things aside for me, and I still hold those. They have a lot of meaning. I mean, some things in my collection are just not for sale ever.
Yeah.
That's just the reality of it. And my dad, when he finally, God forbid something happens to my dad, I don't know if he'll ever sell his stuff. He's pretty stubborn hanging on to it, his gold and silver. But God forbid if something happened to my dad, I'm sure I would inherit that. That would put me in a bind because I don't want to sell it. But
Yeah.
it's part of your parents' legacy, and it's hard to get rid of stuff like that. So,
Jimmy LaCar, what's going on, dude? Happy New Year to you too.
hey, Jimmy.
He says, my brother and I inherited a gold coin. This is Larry Downing. There was only one, but we only got it because his best friend held it for him. When he passed, that friend returned it. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad y'all were able to get it. Cool.
Speak of an inheritance, did you guys catch that episode on? I mean, I know the show is BS, but stuff's still real. There was an episode on Pawn Stars. Guy brought in just a really crude gold bar, and he didn't
The
know
one
what it
with the
was.
coral on it?
It had the coral growing on it, right?
Yeah, and it
But
had
he
the
didn't
X
know
X
that's what it
stamped
was.
into it.
Yes,
Yeah.
Spanish gold. And he had no clue what he had. He said, "We found this in my grandmother's drawer. We know it's gold. Well, we don't know anything about it." And Rick was kind of onto it. He said, "Well, that almost looks like this, or it could be coral." And then they brought in the expert, and the guy was like, "Wow, literally, you have treasure. You have sunken treasure gold here, literally."
Well, he knew what shipwreck it came from.
Yep, he tracked it down. That's awesome. It makes you wonder what kind of stuff is sitting around in people's basements and attics.
And they don't even know it's there.
Don't even know. They don't have a clue what they have.
Yeah.
It's insane. I know everything. I know everything that I have.
Larry's got a Carson City that he inherited.
See, that would never be for sale. Never. Yep. That would be off limits. That would be something I go to the grave with.
Let's see. I inherited a 1948 Canadian silver dollar, which is the key date of the series. Heck yeah, dude. Something like that. I would get that certified.
I would.
And then keep it in the safe.
Yep.
And I would never let it go.
I don't know that I would have it slabbed. I kind of want to. I'm a tangible kind of guy. I like to hold something. I don't like it being stuck in especially if it has like sentimental value, because you're whoever your relative was held it. It was in his pocket or her pocket, and then you're holding that same coin years later. But if it's in a plastic prison, you can't. It's not the same. It's just not the same effect.
Well, I mean, I guess it just goes on the way that you look at it. For me, slamming it would be the ultimate way of preserving what I think it means to me. And of course, you can't tangibly touch it anymore unless you break it out.
And I'm the opposite. I would rather hold something that they held in their lifetime in my hand versus having it trapped. So we're on different spectrums on that one, but that's just me personally. That's how I look at it.
Absolutely, nothing wrong with that. And also, but see, that's another thing. If you get it slabbed or something, you can set it up in some sort of a display, and then it could go up on a shelf or a mantle, something like that as well. If that's what you like to do with them. I keep stuff on I've got pieces that I keep in capsules on my desk.
Yep.
Just as I think they look awesome, so I set them up so I can see them. And I would do the same thing with something like that.
Yeah, Bellows knows the episode I'm talking about. I think you're right. I think it did double in value. The guy was asking like nothing for it. Matter of fact, he didn't even know what to ask, if I recall correctly, on that gold bar with the coral.
Yeah,
he's like, we know it's gold, but what do you give us for it? How much can we get for it?
They said Melt times 2 is what that one came out.
Those shows are terrible. I don't know how many of you guys watch those shows, like the Pickers and all the. They're all every last one of those things are staged. I had a buddy. I don't know if you guys anybody's into Hot Wheels here, but I've got a buddy named Bruce Pascal, and he owns the rarest Hot Wheel ever made.
He's the one that was on the TV show, right?
He was on Pawn Stars, and it's a pink VW bus with surfboards out the back. So the story is, it was a prototype, never meant to go to sale. It didn't even pass the QA, and they get out. The designers they keep them, they bring them home, and eventually they end up in other people's collections. Well, he bought this from another collector for $72,000 back in '96. So the guy who sold it bought a Viper, a full-size Dodge Viper, from a Hot Wheels car. He bought a full-size Viper. So now Bruce still owns it, and it's worth probably about $150,000 nowadays. So. Yep. It's insane what people have hiding around. They don't even know what you got in your boxes or your attics or your cellars.
Well, Jack says that piece that we were just talking about, he said he did send it off to NGC, and it was graded AU55. That's a nice coin.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Amy carries, did you meant to say silver or dilver?
Silver. She corrected it a couple lines down.
I don't know what a dilver. I'm missing something. I don't know what a dilver round is. Is that something special?
Well, you all know me in capsules. I just about everything goes into capsules.
So. See, I'm just the opposite. My bars go into capsules. My rounds and bullion do not. They go in tubes. They stay in their tubes.
Yeah. Bars, capsules, coins. Yeah, my constitutional don't. That goes into tubes, but pretty much everything else goes into capsules.
Tubes for that. Yeah, Chuck, you can still buy a new Viper, obviously, worth $150,000. Yeah. I think Rick, it's all fake, but it's all set up. He told me about how it was all set up. Another buddy of mine had a rare Corgi Batmobile from 60-something, and he knew what it was worth. And they contacted, they said, we want to do a show for the American Pickers. So they said, and they went over before they started filming. They were like, all right, so here's the rules. You don't pretend like you know what they found. They're going to put it somewhere and pretend they found it. And don't act like you know more than they know about whatever it is they pick. Those were the 3 rules that they set into place. And I'm like, wow. But he was really freaking out because this Batmobile was worth like something like $10,000. And they were playing it. He had it in an acrylic case, an airtight case. They're pulling it out loose because they hit it in advance of the show. They're pulling it. They pulled it out of the acrylic case and stuffed it under. He was like turning ash white. You can see it in the episode. He's just like, he goes, yeah, this is a rare one. He's like, oh yeah, oh I didn't know.
Oh damn. Yeah, he wasn't happy about that.
I'd be dying. I would be dying.
Says, yeah, the silver does weigh my purse down. I always keep one. And I for a while I was changing it every week, but I haven't. Like I've had this one in my pocket for about a month, so I don't change it as much as I used to.
Or loose?
No, it's always in a capsule because I don't want it to get damaged. Jingling around with my other change, but I've always got an ounce of silver with me.
I don't like anything in my pockets. I hate having crap in my pockets.
Well,
I really do.
Well, now of course I got my coin ring that 3D Woodworks did, so I've got that with me all the time. But I do keep a silver coin in my pocket.
Yeah. So yeah. So eventually we're all going to inherit probably somebody's silver that means something to us, or gold.
Yeah.
That's always something to think about, Would you actually get rid of it? Would you sell it? I don't think I could, or at least not all of it. I might keep one, one
forever stack.
What good does it do? We're all getting older, and what's the point of hanging on to it really in the end? I mean, I don't think my dad would have wanted that. I think he would have said, hey, spend it, get something for it, have a good time. Take the wife on a trip, do something.
Yep.
Don't let it just sit there. Because if my kids inherit it, they don't know squat, even though I've tried to teach them. My kids would probably take all my constitutional and turn it into the bank at face. That's what they do.
You know what? I bet my kids would too. My youngest daughter wouldn't, but my other 2 would.
All those Merc dimes. I said, yeah, what can we get for? We'll get 10. We'll give you some money for them.
Big Test Unit says, I'm just waiting for my 2 stickers I'm getting from you guys. They're going into my deep stack gonna be worth millions.
Yeah. When this show is killing it next year, I mean, we got a great crowd now, but I'm fine with the 50 range of participants. I mean, because you guys have seen, I'm sure, a Yankee chat or a Dragons chat. It's impossible to keep up with the chat. It's just scrolling. It doesn't stop. And
Well, if it ever gets to that point, of course, we'll be using more of the Q&A and stuff, so we have direct questions. Because
yeah,
what happens in the big ones is the folks in the chat have a lot of self conversations as well that gets mixed in, and
they
that's what
do.
makes it so tough. And I moderate on Yankee streams, so I know it's quite hard to keep up with.
Yeah.
So if
Eli,
ours ever
what
gets to
is
that
up?
point, we'll definitely use Q&As.
Good to see you, Eli. Welcome.
What's up, Eli? It's always good to see you popping in.
Yeah, so
John
somebody asked me
Barnes,
the other
Yankee.
day, are you ever going back to your old Cobra? And I'm like, no, that design is pretty much retired.
Well, you keep it on your channel though.
Yeah, well, it's my
Yeah.
first. You never forget your first.
Silver is half gold. What is it? Silver is half gold, half silver in Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know if that's true. I used to play that a lot, and I've never heard that done that way.
I never played it. The closest I got to Dungeons and Dragons was a game called it's by Milton Bradley called Dark Tower. It was a round board with a tower in the middle, and it was
Yeah,
electronic, and it told you how to move and everything. And it turns out Milton Bradley got sued over that game because so it's it's in demand. It sells for stupid money on eBay right now, and I have mine. I have my original one from 1980 something.
wow.
And the reason being, these designers, these two guys took the design, the design of the game to Milton Bradley, and they said, "Nah, we don't think it'll sell." A year later, guess what? All of a sudden, these two guys see their game being sold by Milton Bradley,
I'm Milton Bradley.
and they were like, "Oh, hell no!" Oh, so they sued. And Milton Bradley ended up paying out damages, and because they saved all the original design paperwork, they just didn't get it patented, which hurt them.
Absolutely did.
But yeah, that game is rare. They had to pull it off the shelves. So there's a little bit of trivia. Vegas
let's
keep around
see.
20 people. Well, the problem is you can't, unless it's all invite, you can't prevent anybody from dropping in. I know during those last two that we did, we had a lot of names that I didn't recognize. A lot of new fight.
Yeah, we were. I think the one on yours went up around 80, and the one on mine was around 70.
Crazy. And
So,
we
yeah,
averaged what? Anywhere from 30 to 40, 45, 50.
It was the busiest show that we've done. But of course, when you're doing giveaways, you get more folks in there as well. But it was still a great time.
Yeah, L Dragons really he grew. It's all about making relationships, especially here on YouTube.
Yep. Yeah, he's hit 300,000 subscribers now.
I saw that.
Yep.
Saw that. I'm over here at I'm just a mini channel at 6,000. I'm like, I don't even come close to matching up with that guy. Never will.
See, I'm right there with you, brother.
Never,
and you're twice the size of my channel.
Even Sal's stuck at what? Did he break 100 yet?
No, he's like 85, 87.
Like 80, yeah, he's been stuck in the 80s forever, I think.
Well, when I first started stacking and started watching him, he was in the 70s. So in the last 2 years, he's picked up between 15 and 20,000 subs.
Sal's good, dude. I just think
I like Sal.
He just puts out a little too much. But
I can't. There's no keeping up with Sal because he does like 3 videos a day.
I can't do it.
I can't keep up.
I don't even have time to make one video a week for myself.
Dude,
my channel.
He's a soldier, man. I don't know how he does it.
I don't think he works anymore. I think he pretty much just focuses on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken, or he's working part-time.
As far as I know, he still works. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Marie says, remember the original lawn darts. If I'm not mistaken, we still have a set. I'm pretty sure we still have a set.
Here's the thing. In today's age, that would be so bad. But think about the stuff that we had back in the day. We drank out of lead glasses.
All of our toys were dangerous.
Everything we did was dangerous. And you know what?
Yep.
Here we are. We made it. And we were tough kids. I mean, we grew up independently back in the 80s. We were latchkey kids, for God's sake.
As he's always wonder when a huge giveaway, and will the people that subscribe to them eventually unsubscribe?
They will.
When you do big or big giveaways and stuff, you'll usually get some, and you'll retain probably 30% of them after the giveaways are over.
I feel lucky.
Yep, yep. We didn't gain a whole lot out of this one, but it wasn't about the subscribers. It was about giving back to y'all. And thanks to, I mean, we of course, Stack Attack and I gave away a bunch of stuff ourselves, and then we had a lot of stuff was donated to us from Fishing for Bullion.
Yep.
And that's one of the reasons why we support him so much, because he's always sending us stuff to give away to y'all. And so yeah, we always try and send folks over to him, and we're not doing it just to say it. We actually order from him as well. So yep, Fishing for Bullion, he's really nice.
Yeah, he was a big part of those giveaways. Real big part. Big test. When did you guys start stacking? MSJ, when did you start?
Well, the beginning of December was my official when I got my first piece of silver. And then I started YouTube in February 2 years ago. So I'm just over 2 years stacking.
Yeah, I'm at 6, going on 7. But I was buying stuff, but I wasn't like seriously buying stuff. I was buying a piece here and there, but I wouldn't consider myself a stacker in the early days. I was just buying stuff here and there. I bought a kilo. One of my first buys was a kilo because, believe it or not, this one dolt that I know, real rube, he said, "Yeah, I bought some silver. It's going to go up." And I'm like, man, he must know something. This guy, what the hell? He doesn't know anything. But if he heard something about silver, maybe I should get into it. So I went out and bought a kilo just to kind of get myself started. And then I found out I knew nothing about silver. So I started learning, started stacking, started learning, and started a channel a couple of years later just to kind of have some fun with it. It was never meant to. If you would have told me I would have got 6,000 subscribers, I would have laughed at you. I would have never figured on that ever. So, and if you guys ever if you can't sleep at night, look up my very first video. I promise within 10 minutes, out. You'll be gone. That's what I use. I use it.
It's definitely changed over a lot the last 2 years, but
it has.
I mean, I started off trying to coin collect with my daughter to do something with her, and it quickly became to stacking. So I mean, I almost went right into stacking, but my goal was only 1 ounce a week, because of course, I don't make a whole crap ton of money. I can't afford to go out and buy 100 ounces a week or anything like that. But my first year, I picked up 364 ounces. So,
Brian, good night. Thanks for being here.
It went well, and I'm enjoying it, so I'm sticking at it. Brian, you take care. Thanks for stopping in, buddy.
Jimmy, have a great night. I think Amy's leaving, so we're getting ready to wrap this up as well.
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock, so we're getting ready to lock it down too. So, but
real quick, I think that I can't remember what I was going to say, but it was, I started with the kilo, and then I kind of laid chill for a little while, did my research. I found Lou shortly after, and he was great. Lou was really a key to getting me started.
There you go.
We had long conversations about what to buy, what not to buy. Because back then I was ready to buy anything. Like, okay, silver, right? I'll just buy it.
Yep.
So it is what it is. So yeah, we're at an hour and 29. Getting ready to hit an hour and a half.
Yep. It is that time, brother.
It is. So until we meet
again, a lot
again,
of folks are heading out too. But it was a great show, great conversation, dude. It was a busy one tonight.
Yep. Appreciate you guys as always. Elle's got a little thing there after this. Join Michael Stacking. Got a little URL. I might check that out for a few minutes.
Yeah, I'll go over there for probably 20 or 30 minutes as well.
Yeah, what the hell? I don't have anything. Yep. I'm actually on the road tomorrow, so I don't want to stay up too late. I've got to go down the coast. So I hate that drive. I hate that drive.
Take care, gentlemen. Good night. Everybody saying good night. Love the chat. Hey, Larry, we'll see you in 10 days, my friend.
Yep, believe it.
You and Chuck Stacks. Can't wait, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, guys, we appreciate each and every one of you. It sounds contrite. It sounds repetitive, but, we don't do this if it's not for you guys, because there's no point. If nobody's listening, why are we doing it? So you guys are a great crowd. Love the interaction, and we appreciate you, every one of you. So you guys have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have a great weekend. I will see everybody on Sunday. I've got a video
Yep,
launch
yep.
on Sunday. I don't do the Thursdays anymore, only because I just don't have time. I really just don't have the time anymore. So I am a Sunday guy until further notice. So, but thank you guys for everything. We appreciate you.
And next week we are on your channel. So
Yep.
next
Parties
Wednesday at
at
8:30.
my house next Wednesday, 8:30.
Yep. So we look forward to seeing you all there.
I
But
have
it's
a
been a
fridge
blast.
full of beer, but you might want to bring your own.
Well, thank you all for coming in and hanging out. It's been great. It's always good to see y'all, and we will see you next week. But until then, y'all take care and God bless.
Good night, everybody. Get stacked.